Hey guys, welcome to the video. So today I'm going to be showing you how to build this beginner's base, which I call the 4 pillars base. Now this is a base I tend to use in the early game because it's relatively easy to build, it's pretty sturdy, and you have a lot of options as far as how you want to defend. So the main design is 4 pillars, which are 4 blocks apart, each pillar being a 2x2, and I usually do 4 tall, but you can do more than that if you'd like. And if you're in the early game, I would expect you are probably building out of cobblestone, but if you're in the mid game, I would suggest doing concrete or even steel. Now to get on top of the base, I usually just put a ladder on here temporarily, and then I pick it up when I'm on top before the horde starts. If you have level 3 in parkour in the agility tree, you can actually take this bottom one off and you can jump all the way up here and the zombies have no chance of getting to that ladder. So up on top here I just have a bunch of bars which are flush with the top of the pillar, and I also have these double doors. The reason I have these doors is because it's super easy to just open up and you can shoot down at the zombies, or you can throw pipe bombs or grenades. Just be careful you don't fall through, because that's pretty easy to do on Horde Night when you have potentially all 4 of these open and you're being chased around by vultures. So my rule of thumb is to only open one at a time and close it when you're done. So now that I've shown you the basic design, let's go ahead and build our own. So you want to start out by digging some ditches for the pillars. So again, these are going to be 2x2, or if you're in the mid game and you want a bit sturdier of a base, you can do 3x3. That would be like adding an extra ring around, and that would be per level, that would be 9 blocks instead of 4. So you'd have to invest a bit more material, but it would be a lot sturdier. For this demonstration, we're just going to be doing 2x2. So you would take your block of choice and just fill that in once you've dug these out. Again, you want to have 4 pillars that are equally spaced, and we do 4 blocks. So you can see from the edge of this pillar, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have the next pillar. So we'll place these in just like that. And before you build up, make sure they're all equally spaced. You don't want one that's going to be 5 apart or 3 apart, so just double check that. Once you're good on that, we'll go ahead and build up all the pillars. So once you've got your pillars set up, we're going to switch over to using bars. Now if you don't know, if you have your regular block, you can hold R on PC, and you go to shape, and then you get this shape menu. The bars we're going to be using are the regular bars. Make sure you're not using the centered ones. Once you have that, you want to hold R again and go to advanced rotation, and you just want to spin this around until you find the one that looks like this. So go ahead and start placing these down, but don't completely make a bridge over to this yet. Now it's a bit easier to start placing them down from the bottom, so that's what I'm going to do here. Now for our design, go ahead and put these 2 down, but then also come over to the side this way. What we don't want to do right now is connect the pillars right away. So do the same thing on this side. And the reason we're leaving this gap here is for the doors that I showed you earlier. So this way we don't have to put blocks down and then destroy the same blocks later. So you're going to make kind of a cross pattern on the inside. So put them down on the inside and just follow it across. And it should look something like this. So you have a 2x2 space in between each of the pillars. Now if you want to, you can also leave a 2x2 space in the middle for an extra set of double doors. However, what I've found is the zombies don't gather in the middle for you, they usually gather at the pillars, because once they can destroy these, that's how they're going to get to you. So for me, I'm going to cover this up so that I can shoot through it more easily. And the next thing you can do is go around the outside with your bars. So there we go, we got all the way around the outside. This little lip around the edge is going to allow you to stand on the edge and shoot zombies coming in, but also as they're on the outside of the pillars here. So now we have to place the double doors. This can be a little bit tricky, but you want to have your double door just like this, and you want to go to advanced rotation again, and just keep pressing it. It's going to go in all crazy directions, but it should look something like this. So once you get it flat like this, that's pretty much how you want it. Now before we place this down, something you'll notice is that we'll place it down for example purposes. The doors are going to open like this. And if you're trying to shoot zombies and throw grenades and stuff, you don't really want this door in the way right here. So what I suggest is you have the doors open to out the base and inside the base, instead of towards the pillars. And the trick I use for this is as you're rotating it through, you might get one that you don't want for these two pillars, but if you come over here and use it for this one, if I can get it lined up, there we go, then this is what we want right here. So if you can't use it for this one and this one, you will be able to use it for this one, and vice versa. So this is what you want right here. You can see the doors open away from the pillars, so now you're not obstructed. And this is what we want right here, so you can see the doors open away from the base and towards the middle of the base. So I'll place that one down, and there you have it, guys. That's the entire build. So the nice thing about it is it's very simple. You only need 3 or 4 types of blocks: the cube, the bars, and the double doors. And if you want, you can use the ladder as well. Alright guys, now that we built our base, let's go ahead and try it out in a blood moon. This is my test world right now, and so we are currently on a pretty high game stage, 88, and I'm already level 70, so this is not going to be what your first blood moon will look like, but it's going to be a good test to see how well the base holds up. Alright guys, so there you have it. We survived that little test horde, and nothing broke, nothing fell down. We were using cement against those guys, but there were rads, there were cops, there was vultures, there was a lot of stuff that you're not going to see on the first blood moon. So I think with all that being said, we held up pretty well. And again, what I really like about this base is you can scale it up or down depending on what stage of the game you're at. If I'm doing some crazy end game stuff on day 100, you can make these pillars 5 by 5, so it's 25 blocks per level, and building 4 pillars would be like, I don't know, 400 blocks, so it would be pretty intense for materials, but the zombies would have a difficult time getting to you. So it's a simple and versatile design, and I find it to be really useful in the early game. I hope you give this one a try and let me know how it works for you. Anyway guys, that's it for me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will answer them. And if you're wondering what weapons I'm using right now, it's actually part of a gun mod called Izzy All-in-One Gun Pack. I'm going to be covering all of the weapons included. There's about 20 or 30 new weapons. So be sure to check out my YouTube channel for mod reviews and also more base building tutorials like this. Thanks for watching, and have a good one, guys.